Gibbo presents.
It's Gibbo, and right now I'm joined by a young artist known for his distinctive voice and distinctive fashion sense. It is Iba MaHr. Greetings, King. How you doing?
Yeah, man. Blessed love and greetings. We're all right. We're there in a different part of the land. We're there in Europe. So it's kind of more like getting climatized.
Let's start by talking about Diamond Socks. Your single, which has been one of the most popular and regularly played reggae songs of the last few months. Tell me how and when did you come up with the concept for the song?
It's like a Diamond Sucks is more like a kind of different song as opposed to the other songs, where I would record, because Diamond Sucks coming our way where we're in at the studio and we just basically we're working on other songs and Notice, which is Unga, played the rhythm, and it was more like a joke of would I sing on the rhythm, or can I find something for the rhythm. And basically we went into the booth, and once the rhythm was played, we started recording it. It was more like an analog session, for me, because I think what really, how the song really came about is my connection with my father and my grandfather. And I always observe them, and them bridging, how them wear diamond socks and felt hat and harrow shirt and mesh marina, and it's like Clarks is always a part of the mix. So it's really something that really resides with me. It's not something we did have to make up or even write about, or it's just like a natural feel. Diamond socks and Clarks. My father wear that all the while. Like every time I see my father step out of the house, it's Clarks and diamond socks. Mesh marina. My father still wear mesh marina and Clarks and diamond socks. Same way. I have to get them for him.
To me, Diamond Socks is an example of how a great video or mini movie even can really boost a song's popularity and increase its exposure. Would you agree that the video has contributed significantly to the single's success?
Yeah, man, it's like a heavy part of marketing that for any artist, who really poised, for really a step into the industry. Diamond Socks video, though, is more like connecting with the roots, connecting with our culture. Diamond Socks is also a part of our culture, where, Walipa is an era, is a part of our era where, the man them used to wear diamond socks and Clarks and mesh marina and them thing, their newspaper in a back pocket and, a whole heap of things. So what we did with this video is try to connect with our roots, and then youths of our time would have want to know, what is it about diamond socks and Clarks, for Iba MaHr as a little youth come sing diamond socks and Clarks. So we couldn't use like 4 minutes for really depict that, because we have to involve dancehall as a part of it. So, we just did an 8 minute, movie, like it's a short film, really, and people love it.
It was directed by Jay Will. Did he come up with the concept for it as well, or did you have any creative input?
I think it's more like a collaborative, all minds, Notice, Unga, Welch, and me and Jay Will. Jay Will is very creative. Jay Will can come up with an idea on the spot, and even though he might have an idea before, he might have the ability to change that and to make it into something even greater. So we thank Jay Will. for is like a bright mind. That is the man, really.
Was it prompted at all by Chronix's recent Rastaman Wheel Out mini movie?
I wouldn't want to say that. Many people, people might think that, but this was our intention, even before, we see the video come out. This was something that we were working on. Once we recorded the song, this is what we're thinking about. We're thinking about something that people could have sit down and watch and really move from stage to stage, as opposed to just sit and just watch a music video, because, basically that is what everybody is doing. Everybody is basically doing a music video, and the song is 3 minutes, and then, from the beginning, some people don't even follow, what is happening in the video. It's more like, the song. So what we did was to use different chapters, to really put one story together in a music video / movie.
This single had a nice buzz behind it before the mini movie was released, but once it dropped, things really took off. Every time I checked one of my social media accounts the week it was released, I saw people sharing the link for the video, and perhaps more impressively, sharing photos of them wearing or even buying a pair of diamond socks.
Yeah. It is very interesting, because like Diamond Socks is connected to England, and Clarks is connected to England as well. If you understand that Jamaica was colonized by the British, and we gained independence 1962, and is a whole heap of wealthy Englishmen used to wear diamond socks, and Clarks is a popular shoes for England. So most like is a whole heap of fashion and style from England we adapt, is a part of the thing. Now recently, like more recently, then America seemed to have some kind of impact on how Jamaicans dress, but like before it was England. Most of our things used to come from England. So that is where the diamond socks and the Clarks come from. And, people take on to it in a different way. Some people say, it's a rude boy thing. Some people say it's a gentleman thing. It's just a part of our culture. And it's nice to see how people share the music and share different things, about them buying diamond socks and Clarks and then thing that, but then we want people to tap into the realness of, how far diamond socks is coming from. It's not just like any other shoes or any other socks. Diamond socks is like the thing.
Have any clothing companies contacted you since the release about an endorsement deal or even about starting your own clothing line?
No, we haven't get that as yet. Maybe like small people, but nothing major as yet, really.
I know you've got your own t-shirts and hoodies, but I don't really see you as a hoodie kind of guy. Is a clothing line something you would ever consider? Something a little smarter than the usual? Maybe some nice shirts, pants, and of course socks?
Yeah, man, definitely. As we grow into the music and more grow into the industry, and as we learn more about the business side of the music, because we mainly focus on the craft, how to make music, and timing and so forth. So sometimes we don't get too into the whole marketing and how to push this and push that and how to promote this and promote that, because my duty is to make the song, and try to really, set a firm foundation, in terms of how we make song, because that is why people like Iba MaHr. It's for nothing else. So what else? So anything else, we have to get to the people, it must be after, we grant them this good music. So in the future, we look forward, to have, our own shoes, our own pants, our own shirt, we own everything, So it's just time and space, and we make the music bring us there instead of we forcing it.
Your follow-up single, Glory to the King, is out now.
Mm-hmm.
And as you said, Diamond Socks was slightly different from your usual material. Did you think it was important to follow it up with something a bit more spiritual and conscious?
Follow it up with Diamond Socks.
No, follow Diamond Socks up with another single which was a bit more along the same lines as you would usually come out with, something a bit more spiritual, a bit more conscious.
That is what I do. It's like a natural part of me. That I'm not like, our inspiration comes through, His Imperial Majesty and the teachings of Rastafari and Marcus Garvey and African history, and culture. So like most of my songs would have really lean more to, the conscious side, more like, it's always teaching, it's always some kind of correction in my song. If it's about love, it's about, staying together, it's about how we can make it work. If it's about, His Imperial Majesty, it's about teaching, like, this is the day, this is the time, and His Imperial Majesty was crowned Kings of Kings, like some things that you should know. If you didn't know, now you know. So we always do songs like that. So it's like I couldn't really choose a follow-up song like sing more dancehall song or sing more up-tempo song. We lean closer to what we feel comfortable and what we feel is right for the people, which is to sing this nice reggae music. And then came Glory of the King. Glory of the King is the new single that we have out now, and hopefully we can maintain that going into the EP, because we have an EP coming out early before the year end.
Are you able to tell me which artists and producers you've been working with for the EP?
Yeah, well, that we work with Royal Order Music. Notice Records is on there. Winter James, Overstand Records. Brixton Music Group is there also, and Barn Rolling Production.
As you mentioned, Royal Order Music there, that's of course the label which Glory to the King is out on. It was produced by Jaiza and Coupe de Ville. Did you record it when you were over in San Francisco last year?
Yeah, man. Yeah, that was the same time we recorded. Same time when we were on the Let Jali Do It tour.
And you were supposed to be back in California this weekend just past, but if I'm correct, you were affected by a computer problem that affected US embassies around the world.
Yeah,
Can you explain what happened?
It's a very unfortunate thing for me. Until now, we still yet forget the passport with the visa, being stamped in it. But I guess is something that is bigger than me, and we just allow them to do, what they're doing until, it really happens. We basically need this. This is what I do, music, and we have to travel, from point A to point B. So, I guess it's a matter of time. It's a global glitch, with, computer system and, the whole embassy thing. So we give them time.
As we speak, you're in Europe on tour. It's not the first time you've been there either. Do you feel you're treated and received differently in Europe as opposed to, say, the Caribbean or America?
I think I have a similar experience with Europe and America. With Europe and California, to be exact. But as it pertains to the Caribbean, definitely. I've only performed like once in the Caribbean, outside of Jamaica. I performed in Barbados. So, that goes to show, the sort of recognition, or, the kind of, how people, the sort of people who gravitate to the kind of music where I do. Because this is my second time in Europe. and we're doing like a month, 2 months, and who to know, we might go 3 months or 2 months and more. So it's basically like Europe is where my music really, I think my music really spread, and California. Different parts of America is really gravitating to that now, especially, after singing that songs like Diamond Socks, because, place like New York, place like Connecticut and Atlanta, I think, lean more, to the more up-tempo kind of, music. So, it really give them a chance to, Diamond Socks give them a chance for really listen to other songs, Iba MaHr have.
Does it disappoint you at all that your music is more well received in Europe and California as opposed to in your homeland?
I wouldn't say my music is being received more in Europe or California. It's just I think Jamaica is a small place, and we have very few festivals in Jamaica, and I've performed on every major festivals in Jamaica thus far. We can talk about the Rebel Salute, this Sting, Reggae Sumfest, and we have a couple of others, but it's very, 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 very few, festivals we have. Europe have like festivals like every weekend, like right through. So it's more people to be fed, with this music here than in Jamaica. People love Iba MaHr in Jamaica. The music, especially now, Diamond Socks, is a joy.
So, after you wrap up this European tour, you've mentioned the EP already. What's next for Iba MaHr? What can we look out for in the remainder of 2014?
2014, Love You Girl video, Glory of the King video.
Are they going to be standard length videos, or are we looking for any more mini movies?
Mini movie. We think about the mini movie, like, again, you have to come up with like a real concept, and something that is more, is real, something that people can look back at, like 10 years after now, 20 years after now, and it still feel fresh. But Love You Girl, nice video. And the EP, like you said, basically, and we might be doing some winter tour in California. We haven't finalized that yet, but we look forward to do that. Basically, spend some time with family as the year wind down.
Iba MaHr, thanks a lot for taking time to chat. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, man, give thanks, give a one love. Sila said it first.
Gibbo.